Hey guys, how are you doing? So we're out here. Reason we're out here today is I've been getting a lot of inquiries as to how I set up on the tree. I kind of showed you in one of my other videos my Eberly X2, how it is packed with my bee sticks. So I'm going to just show you on my tree in the backyard real quick. Not going to climb up because then you can't see me. My wife is out here videotaping for you guys and it's freezing cold out here. So what we're going to do is over here is I've got one of my bee sticks, and what I want you to think of is that this bee stick right here, this is the top of my last bee stick as I'm up in the tree. All right, show you how I transition to the platform. I've got my Ridge Runner platform out here. If you guys have not seen, or if you have not subscribed to Out on a Limb Outdoors, please do so. Matt Garris builds all these beautiful things for us, and you can watch him weld these things together. If you recall my video on this, I asked him to make me a longer button so I could get a little bit more adjustability, and he did that for me, and that was awesome. Sent it to me free of charge. But that was awesome. Thank you, Matt, again for that. But I'm going to show you how I transition, how I always talked about I don't use knee pads. I use a pad on the tree, but I changed that now. It just stays in my backpack, and I'll show you how that is. So I'm going to kind of simulate stepping from my last bee stick onto my Ridge Runner platform, and then how I set up on the tree with my bow, because people have asked me how do I hold my bow up there, and I will show you. All right, so I've already basically climbed up the tree. I go up the tree in one step. All right. Once I get to the tree, I take my bee sticks off my Eberly pack. I will ascend up the tree, and at that point in time, I'll show you what I do before I start to go up the tree. I will take my sticks off. I'll lay them on the ground. I'll hook on 2 of my bee sticks to these little hooks right here with loops. I am playing around with with some plastic where I'm making my own little snap to hold a bee stick. And then what I'm going to do is when I'm here, I will basically put my backpack back on when I'm going up the tree. If you haven't seen my video on the Eberly X2, how I changed the belt system here so I can pull to the middle to tighten, it's wonderful. It's so wonderful. I hate going like this. Pull this way, it works great. So when I start to ascend the tree, I walk in with my saddle on now. If you recall, the very first time when I was talking about it, I couldn't go in with my saddle on because my Doyle's gear hitch was on the back of my saddle and my backpack would push down on my saddle. So I have changed that. Now my Eberly is on my backpack. So when I'm going up the tree, basically I've already hooked this on to my bow, and I will set my bow away from the base of the tree. I'll hook up my Doyle's gear hitch, and then I will go up the tree. So I'm up. We're going to pretend that I'm on the top part of my last bee stick. So, and I'm going to have my lineman's rope on for you. Let's put that on real quick. I always daisy chain my ropes, and I also do have it, I just hook that last loop through here to keep it all nice and tidy. Got Sadie behind me playing in the bushes, taking out big branches. So we've gone up the tree. We've got our lineman's belt hooked on, but before we transition, or before I transition onto my Ridge Runner, I'm basically going to take out my tether out of my Sys Hauler, which is on my right side. And we just pull that right out, sitting on my right hip. I pull that baby out, And everybody is different. I'm just going to tell you that. I am not a person, number one, that goes up a tree fast. I take my time. I get there early enough, take my time going up the tree. Safety is better than trying to hurry up a tree and have a problem or have an accident happen. So before transitioning to your platform, you should hook up your tether rope. You're not going to be able to get it to your height that you want it at right now because you're not on your platform, but at least you've got it hooked to the tree. So now I've got it hooked to the tree, and then I'm going to pull, and right now I've got my flex on still, playing around with the cruiser. If you haven't seen that box opening yet, check that out. I'm looking forward to playing some more times on that cruiser before I do my review. All right, so now I've hooked into the tether. I'm going to pull up, get a little bit of tension on my bridge. Now I can bring this up and step onto my Ridge Runner platform. Now I'm secured two ways with my lineman's rope and my tether. Now before I remove my lineman's rope, I still have pressure on it, keep it above your hips. I will move my tether up into the position that I actually want it, which is usually right about forehead height, maybe a little bit higher. Hopefully the sound is good. It's very windy out here, 41 degrees. So now that I've got that hooked up, I can release the tension on my lineman's rope, unhook it, drop it around. If you want to come around to this side, darling. And I will basically just pull the ropeman one all the way up, and then I will daisy chain this together. Go through, pull the loop, go through, pull the loop, go through, pull the loop, go through, pull the loop. Last loop gives you a little loop right there with that stopper knot. I just put that back through here. And then I will basically just spin it around and put it back onto my lineman loops. Now it sits nice and level or right next to my leg right here. Now, the next thing I do is I reach over here on my hip over on the other side. On the other side, darling. I pull out my Hiss strap. This one I made myself. This is the one that Ernie will show you how to do a DIY on Tethrd's website. But I sewed this up all myself because I love to do DIYs. You can see I made it quite long. I got some big trees, but this is plenty of room, and then I'll show you what else I'm using it for. So what I do is then I put this around the tree. And when I hook this into the tree, I want this tag end that's left over hanging right down in front of me. So I'm going to hook this in. And tighten it onto the tree. And now I've got this hanging right down in front of me, and that's where I want it. I can take this sometimes right through my Hiss strap if I want to. Bring it up, sit it there so it's out of the way. Now what I will do, if you want to come around to the other side, darling. So I got this strap coming straight down right here, okay? Now what I will do is I will unhook my backpack. Hopefully I don't knock the mic or the fluffy thing off, so it's killing the wind. And then I will take my backpack off this way because my gear hoist is on this side. Always holding on so you don't drop it. I will bring it around the tree like this. On the top, right here, I have a big hero clip. You can see right here. And then what I'm going to do is hook that in. Doesn't matter where I'm hooking it right now. And it just puts the pack right in front of me so I can get to what else I need. I will take off this small little hero clip that I have right here. I'll come back around this way, darling. Sorry about the glare, the way the sun is. I'm going to take this hero clip and I'm going to place it right here. All right. And then I'm going to take the other hero clip that I have on here, right here. And if you want to come around to the other side, dear, you can stay right there so the glare isn't as pronounced on the screen. And this one, I'm going to open up this hero clip like so. And I'm going to take this portion and put it right through here and turn this like that. All right. Now, depending if it's a smaller tree, sometimes I'll put my belt around the tree and just on my pack and just snap it together. But no need to do that right now. All right, so we're up in the tree. Now we've got this hook in there. Now it's time to pull the bow up. So I grab my Doyle's gear hoist. I grab the strap. I use the strap one. I don't like the rope one. Rope's always kind of cut into your fingers. Strap is really nice. You're gonna pull up your bow. And as you're pulling it up, this Doyle gear hoist is automatically basically retracting the line, which is awesome. And then when I get the bow up, I always put it on my toe. I have one of my hands through my limb so I don't drop my bow. And then I take the strap off of the bow, always holding on to the bow, put the loop back into the Doyle's gear hoist and then let it go, and it basically retracts. Now I can take my bow, I will take my quiver off, and I will take my bow and I can hook it sometimes by the quiver hook, or I just go right through the limb, just like so. And then I will take an arrow off. So here I have an arrow, and I will basically put this arrow onto my bow right here, and I will just snap it onto the string like so. And then if you come over this way, dear, on the back of my quiver, I have this loop that I made. I did a video on that loop, and basically just a couple electrical connectors, and then I dipped it in liquid plastic. Other guys have used just rope, which also works great too. And then I will put this right through this hook, and now my arrows just hang right here on the tree. So if I shoot and I need to do a follow-up shot, I can just basically pop an arrow off and put it onto my bow. So let's come back around, darling. Sorry about the glare, guys, if we're getting glare, but I think she's doing a great job on the second half of getting the glare out of there. So now I'm ready to go. So now the bat, I'm gonna have her come around this side to show you the pack and what I do because of the way the sun is glaring. So now here is my pack. Now is time to adjust my pack. So what I'm gonna do with the pack is I'm going to unhook it. I got my hand through the top latch, and I'm gonna unhook it from the Sys strap, and then I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna put my knees against the pack, and right about where that loop is where I'm gonna reattach my pack. And that one's a little low. Go up one more here. So now there's my pack, and now it's readjusted. And why did I do that? Because inside my pack right here is my pad. I don't take my pad out and put it on the tree anymore. I've just got it strapped in there. So now all I have to do is when I'm ready to knee into the tree, let's go right into my pack. Very comfortable. It's right where the, above the, it's right between the two vertical or the two horizontal straps, and the vertical ones aren't even there, they're buried. So it's very comfortable. If I want to sit sideways, I just basically come in like this, sitting sideways. Very comfortable. It's on your hip now. Keeps your knees from touching the tree, your hips not touching the tree when you're sitting sideways like this. And it's very comfortable like this. Then when it's time to get ready, you just basically pop back up and you're good to go. Okay guys, so now the hunt is over. It's getting dark. Now it's time to get down. So what will I do first? The first thing I will do is I will take my backpack off of the tree, and I will throw my backpack on. Just like so. And when I'm going down the tree, I do not hook the, hopefully my mic's still there. I do not hook on my belt one because I'm just going down the tree and I'm going to take off my pack to hook on my sticks when I get down to the bottom. So what I will do next then, now that this is here, I will take my Doyle's gear hoist, which is right up here, and then I will take the arrow off of my bow. My lighted knock went on. I will put the arrow back into the quiver, like so. And then I will take my bow off of the hook, and I will put the cam into my toe. I will put the Doyle's gear hoist around my bow. We'll make sure it's secured. And then I will take my quiver off of the hook right here. And I will hook my quiver onto my bow. Somebody's going to ask me, I'm shooting a Matthews Switchback XT. I think I'm going to get the VXR this year. I used to buy a new Matthews bow every year, and then I said, Mark, you got to stop this. So then I will let my bow down, and when I get near the bottom, I will basically let it swing so it goes away from the tree so I don't step on it when I get down at the bottom. So now that that's done, now all I have to do is take off my Sys strap. I will take off my little hooks, and I will basically just hook them right to my bridge right now. Won't worry about putting them on my backpack. Take off the other side of my hero clip, and I will hook that one on here also. That way when I get down, I just put everything back together the way I want it for the next little trip in. All right, so now we've got that done. Now I will take off and loosen my Sys strap. It was real easy to make with the sewing machine. It was really a fun little project. A little time consuming because you're doing each one of these straps, each one of these little loops. Did mine with some gray strapping that I had, and then I just used some yellow thread that I had. And then all I will do on mine is I will just roll it up right around my hand. And then I think I showed you before, I put a elastic band on the last loop of mine. So when I take it off my hand, all I have to do is put that strap around there nice and tight, and I put it right back into my Sys Hauler, right into the side pocket. Tuck it in there. This I usually don't drop. I'll just stick it in here. And then I'm ready now to, everything else is done. All I have to do now is get back onto my B stick. So I will basically unhook my lineman's rope again. You can stay right over there, darling, because the sun is much better facing this way. And I will take this off here, undo the daisy chain, pull the rope out, throw it around the tree while I'm standing on my platform now. I will hook myself in. I will adjust it to where I feel the pressure on my lineman's rope. And now I will not disconnect yet. I will loosen my tether line and bring it down the tree, lock it back in, and now I am ready to transition from my Predator, or from my Ridge Runner to my B stick. And now that I am there, I'm on the B stick, I'll go down to my second B stick down, at which point then I can disconnect my platform. But right now I can disconnect the tether, so I'm good. I'm secured on the tree with my lineman's rope. I will unhook my bridge. On this one, I will put the bridge, tuck it into my belt. On my new cruiser, that one I'll just pull the bridge, the steel adjustment, or the Phantom. Going to be trying those two babies out against each other. I want to get a real good number of sits in them before I do my review on them, so I can give you guys an honest opinion of how I think they feel. Now that my tether rope is off, I will basically just bundle this up. No rhyme or reason on this one, and it will just go right into my Sys Hauler right back here. Tuck it in, and I am good to go. When I'm going down the tree, I will usually just wrap my sticks up, and then I will just drop my sticks around the tree. I don't try to just hook them back on and go down. I'll just drop them to the tree and I'm good to go there. Same thing with my platform. I will unhook my platform from the tree, and then I will basically leave the line long and basically just drop it to the ground also. And then when I get down to the ground, I will put everything on my backpack and I'm out of the woods. Everything goes together real quick. My bee sticks, if you haven't seen my video, my 3 bee sticks, I put them together, and I have a bar that I made that goes through there with a little twist knob, locks them together. I carry 3 or 4 out. It depends on where I plan on going or where I'm hunting. If I'm unsure where I'm going to go, I'll take 4. But with my 8ers, which I will show you, with 2 bee sticks, I can get almost 14 feet up there. With the 3rd one, just not even using an 8er on it, up at 16, 17 feet. If I want to use the 8er, get them at 21 feet with basically 3 sticks. All right, guys, I hope that helps. If you don't mind, go over to Out on a Limb Outdoors, Matt Garris's new YouTube channel. He's trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers. I'm at about 3,500 now. So if some of you guys can go over there and subscribe to his channel, he can get up to 1,000. Then he can start doing his YouTube live videos and show you. It's really cool if you haven't watched him on Facebook Live. He shows you when he's welding all this stuff together, your Ridge Runner, your Shikara sticks, all those beautiful things that we use as hunters that he is, basically brainstorming and developing. But check him out, go subscribe, and if you don't mind, hit the subscribe button on mine. And thank you guys. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.